Well, if you procrastinate enough, your existing problems just get worse. So now this morning, because I didn't do this yesterday, I'm working in the snow. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know what day it is, December 6th, 7th or something like that, but it's fairly early in the morning and it's snowing. And I should have took care of the bolts on the guard there yesterday, but here we are out in the snow. We'll get this thing underneath the cat here today, I hope. There is apparently an endless debate on the internet whether you should use anti-seize or grease. Oh, got the wrong wrench. Well, we got the right wrench for this one. Anti-seize or grease, and I use grease. Is one better than the other? I really don't know. But in my world, I got a bucket of grease. So why buy another tube or container with anti-seize or whatever when I know grease works just as good? Or, well, I wouldn't say just as good, but my experience over 50 years is it works well for me. So we'll leave others do the anti-seize. At least I did get chains on the old Clark here, because I'm sure that they'd be slipping. Those wheels would be slipping right now. Okay, that's together is all we need it for now. I'll just pick it up and move it out of the road later, or we'll just leave it there for now. We'll probably have to move it, but I've got to get the case back here. I'm going to pull this chain up forward there and get it positioned where it needs to be to put that track frame on top of the chain. And so there we are. We got the track frame rolled over, and I managed to get that track tensioning spring in place there. And of course it started to really snow heavily again, and right on cue, there goes the cat. But right on cue, the BC Hydro, it's out. Whenever it snows heavy like this, wet, sticky, it pulls down the lines or a tree or something, and there is a billion trees around here. So somewhere along the line, it pulled the line down, so we're going to be out of power for a while. So I guess we'll just keep on struggling with what we got here. I'm just going to go get the case and pull that track chain up into place. Well, that worked out pretty good. Now I think I'll just get rid of the case, move it out of the side, and push that very end of those that chain this way 2 or 3 feet, and then we'll just get our track frame nested on that chain. Okay, we'll just try that. I'll get the track frame lined up and see if we can slide her into position. Well, that was a bit of a wrestling match, but we got that track frame underneath the cat there. It's not attached, that's for sure, but it's just in close proximity. And I'm just going to wait for this here snow squall just to stop coming at me for a bit before we get in there and go the rest of the way. But at least that's in there. Well, this morning I'm underneath this machine, D6. And as you can see, I've got the angle brace, diagonal brace, pretty much lined up with that big dead shaft there. As you can see, you got bearings in there similar to crankcase, or not crankcase, crankshaft bearings, main journal bearings, connecting rod bearings. They're split in half and they're held in place by the end cap, 4 great big bolts. You can see, I think, the holes there. I'm just going to reach up there if I can navigate and push that shell. Okay, I'm just going to reach up there and see if I can push that shell back. Yeah, she's properly in place. I got it just held in there with grease, and I can see it moving back out of place already. So as long as I just bring that in and rest up against that shaft without banging it, I should be able to pull it in with a push it in with a screwdriver or something like that. But yeah, it's feeding itself out slowly. It's just held in there with a little bit of grease right now. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. It's dripping on me. Ezra, the cat, sitting on the cat, supervising, make sure I'm doing it right, I guess. He likes to sit on that seat. Okay, I got that diagonal brace in really close to that shaft. And it's a little bit wedgy, so it's holding that bearing shell in there. So I'm going to go get the cap and get it on there before I move it around somewhere. I wonder if I should plastic gauge that. I don't think so. There's that rear dowel pin on the outside track rail with the bearing cage lined up. So I'm going to get a bolt in there so I don't lose that position. Okay, both dowel pins are lined up and started in their holes. I just got to locate my bolts and get them started in there, and that part will be back together. Just got to work at that diagonal brace underneath the cat where it's dripping. Kind of uncomfortable. I don't know what it is about this cat. He likes hanging around where I'm hanging around, I guess. Or he likes to sit on it. All right, that frame is under the cat, bolted down. I got to run around and just check, retorque all the bolts underneath there for the cap of the diagonal brace. But I got the bearing cage sitting in the frame there. I got the blocks out of the back of the cat. I've got the mainspring sitting back on the track frame. The blocks are still there, but there's no weight on the blocks. It's all on the frame. So that was a pretty good morning. Working with that thing. Pretty wet, but at least it's not snowing. It's going to bring us to the end of this here part of the video sequence here, putting this track back together. And the clutch, I got a phone call from Caterpillar out of Kelowna there. They got my clutch link. I just got to go up and get it. It'll go up next week early. and get that clutch link. So we'll be able to put that back together, get all that housing back together, and then we'll do some extra work on the frame, the top roller. I got to put that in. I got to put clean out that area there, right here, where that big adjusting bolt goes in. It's full of grease, so I got to clean that out so I can get that big bolt back in there, and then get that front idler back on, drape that chain back over. So then this thing should be able to move. That's all we got for now. We'll catch up to you later.